my funky homo sapien. Check one, check two.
Mike.
This comes through Jeff. Okay, good. They come through hot. What's that coughing I hear?
Is it?
I thought I heard some.
Hello. Happening.
Nothing
Just getting
new.
audio.
She got it.
I can't. Do you all hear music?
This is my normal speaking voice.
Shut the fuck up, John. God damn it.
Normal.
That's always John being too loud.
It's crinkling paper. Saving lives.
It's a lot.
Always something with Josh.
I got having it.
Oh man. Sam is correct.
I think that's how that is. Well, turn, man. What? Read something. See, there is this proclamation. And we
Establish
looks like we are missing. He's on his way. James logging in.
Off this land.
gotta go on raid.
Somebody actually at work, because I do call stuff. Say that say
That Darth Vader for sure.
Such an asshole.
I hate those.
Through the month.
Yeah.
It's been a most
Different. The St. Andrew's Church music is. Fine. His niece, his oldest daughter, is in the regional. She pitches in the 8th grade, and she's like in the top 150 of softball.
wow.
Wow. No kidding.
She's quite good. It's just 8th grade, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she's really good. She's about just a string bean. And so anyway, so he's they're all there. I think maybe yeah, I mean he played
Wasn't Joe Bob an athlete though?
football. He was a pretty good linebacker.
Girl softball.
Well,
Yeah.
Exactly. Joe Bob played football.
He was
I don't think he ever played a basketball game where he didn't foul out.
that was his point at that point.
It was to go in and
Hockey. Can you skate?
well,
He got a
wrestling
wrestling team.
got wrestling, and there's actually last year.
Oh, I didn't know that. I know that we do.
Bass fishing. We have esports.
Is a KHSAA sport.
Yes, absolutely.
Where they did.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Sure. Floor covered in Legos without.
How many you can shove up in?
That's funny.
No,
Go ahead, Jennifer. Sound check.
Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Check. Maybe.
so you guys got to a Vallaki. You checked in at the church, and
very, because bones of Saint Andral have been. And he said, except for yes, was yelling at me to shut my door. So
Yeah,
How did Charlotte?
I need.
Oh, now Jared.
so the
There
party
you are.
decided to
Now.
have wrote all the checks so we know who's and so forth. And you wake up the Dr. Heckle has gotten into some of too many of them, and he's not going to be able to join you today. So
I can't live to see another day knowing there's.
Mm-hmm.
so that tracker for today. If he joins us, we'll get back to it. So I believe you all spent a lot of information about the orphanage because bring windmill, and I believe you thought maybe now you're. My understanding is the orphanage, or maybe even up the next morning. Some of you did not, and that's where we are.
Was there anything you'd like to share about us wandering around and the parishioners or anything? Any?
So you, with the parade, are there? I mean, are there particular questions that you're asking them? What are you
About the
wanting to?
Morning Lord, no, just their experiences and their viewpoints on him and what he's all about. That's general. And
About
then,
the Morning Lord? Okay.
yes, and then this only specific thing as I was gonna ask is like talking to the drab people and the colorful people,
Mhm.
trying to gauge their reactions to somebody outgoing as myself, talking. And whether there's like the bartender, I think the bartender was great, wasn't he? When he was just drab, he's just dropping stuff off and walking, not
Yeah, he was great.
Yes.
so. Just trying to see if they even are
Yep.
engaging with that much conversation, and then maybe trying to notice like what the difference is between whether they're eating the same things, whether we're in a church, so they're probably not all eating, but just trying to figure out differences and what might be causing one over the other.
I mean, what you can see on the surface from anything is just the people in their clothing. They are just you see way of emotion, whether it's fear, whether it's happy, whether people get upset with your questioning, versus the gray, drab, dreary folks are just kind of flat affect. So give me an insight check.
You can add bless to it if you want, or not bless, but guidance.
I don't know if that works, and if you were walking around with me while I'm doing
Oh,
it, I
that's
think
true.
it's a
That's true.
overall.
You're right.
Well, it does last for a minute.
Yeah,
You
Spanish is killing me.
there's I would say what you notice more than anything as you look into the animals that are or the different folks, the drab, the gray folks, there's an emptiness behind their eyes versus a little spark of life behind the
I
eyes
wonder
of the
if the
other
people
folks.
that are in the drab clothing have been here longer.
Yeah,
It
it's
is-
kind of, even in
I
like
wonder
when
if
they're
we stay there
doing
that
church, they're
long.
not singing.
So
If we
you,
stay
I
that
mean,
long, we will become drab
you,
ourselves.
you see adults with the splashes of color that are gray and dull. You see children, with other adults, children that are lively and happy, and normal type children with drab and dreary adults. You see all families of all dreary and families of all
I guess I
bright.
could have guidance myself, couldn't I?
You could have.
I'll go with that.
I have 2 questions,
I don't
Jerry.
think it's gonna help much.
So
First of all,
yeah,
would you say that we appear
Wait,
to be drab or we appear to be colorful? Our party.
you appear to be wearing whatever colors you were wearing
I
when
have
you
never
arrived.
been drab a
But
day in my life.
our affect seems to be more
Your
along the
affect
lines
is
of.
normal.
Okay. All right. Next question. When we were in that camp with those gypsy folk and had the meeting with that fortune teller in the tent, were those people also
All
mixed
colorful.
between?
Yeah,
They
they're
were
No,
all
really
colorful. I
colorful.
thought you had said that. And everywhere else we've been, there's been a mix.
correct.
The people who are colorful here don't seem to be affiliated with the
No,
the.
I mean the Vistani are clearly, they're slightly different features. They are all dressed very, in that flamboyant, gypsy-like manner. Whereas, here it might just be, somebody might be wearing a really nice colorful pocket square or a bright colored shirt, or even hell, even a pastel shirt. They've got some color to them as opposed to just kind of being. But more than anything, it's in their affect and their facial expressions and emotional expressions and things like that.
Okay. All right.
As far as the Morning Lord, you kind of, the gist of what you get is that the Morning Lord is, at least in the mind of these people here in Vallaki, protection that they will have from Strahd, no matter, regardless of what the Burgomaster may believe.
And they might have
Kind of
had
that
other gods at
sentiment.
some point or whatever, but since Strahd is so prevalent, they probably just pretty much all adopted that as their main.
Yeah, I mean, Strahd has ruled over this land from, kind of
Yeah.
what you've gathered for, at least 1,000 years.
Yeah. All right. Just trying to find if I can find a kinship with Soon or anything that I might need to investigate further.
Any specific questions you want to ask any of these the folks here church that you see?
If you can ask about the ravens.
Or the wizard, the Wizards of Wine, and the if they've had these weekly festivals, what are some sights to be seen? What are some of the events that they have planned? To get a should be expecting at this festival.
Will there be a fun jump?
A Velcro one? That would be nice.
Unfortunately, doesn't allow for bounce houses anymore. We used to really enjoy the bounce house.
This man is evil.
Those.
The liability for those can be very high.
What about slip and slide?
Oh, definitely not. It's much too
Kung
dangerous.
I'm
Basically,
an avid an opportunity to demonstrate
yes.
my prowess in jarts.
Charts, of
They
course.
pop the bounce houses.
one loves jarts. The more dangerous
That's
the
why I
game is,
was
the better.
inquiring about the fun jump. I didn't want to pop the fun jump. I was not asked back the last time how shall I say, popped the fun jump.
Oh dear, I see where that could be a problem. Yes.
I've never heard
Thank
it
you,
called a
my
fun
lady.
jump.
Really?
It's a bounce
Oh, that's
out.
what they down here, the fun jump.
That must be a Louisiana. That must be a cool ass thing.
Yeah, well, we
it's-
don't hardly speak English down here.
It's bounce house.
Bounce house.
It's definitely what we
Cool.
got down here. So,
I am not from this land. I'm from the land of the fun jump.
so just to avoid spending an hour of me making shit up and trying to do different voices of these churchgoers, you basically kind of figure out that since this new burgomaster took over from his father, who died of mysterious causes around 20 years ago, the burgomaster has held these festivals because he believes positive attitudes and smiles, and just believing and that the best will befall everyone, and just overall positivity. That is the best way to keep Strahd away from Vallaki. Now, again, you kind of get while nobody will come right out and say it, you do get the feeling that people are just completely worn down by these festivals, and people are very nervous about saying anything negative. End up in the stocks, as you've already discovered. Um, but you do also gather that since this to power and started these weekly festivals and this positive, be happy, be positive. Lucky. Well, I mean, I, I have to get up several. I mean, that they don't haunt us or anything like.
Ah,
Like that.
interesting.
At least not that
Interesting.
I'm aware of.
Any news
So-
about the events?
Said that I thought that Granny was coming around with pies in this area too, though. Is she not?
Yeah, I thought that too.
Was she not?
Yeah, she has been,
So-
but it's not like it's just slightly different. This is further.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we're gonna have.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, people have nightmares. There's no getting around that. But it's not like that they're just, you're just constantly haunted by the nightmares. Looks like we're having trouble on the.
I can't
there,
hear you,
Jeffrey.
Jared.
Or maybe it's just me. I don't know.
You kind of broke up there, Jared.
I said, looks like we're having trouble on the Twitch.
Yeah, you're constantly
That's probably
cutting
me.
in and out, Jared. Like every game now, seems like
Okay.
to me.
Yeah, I
Is it
think
just
it's.
me?
No, I think it's me. It's the internet here.
He does have some issues.
So anyway, that's what. That's where we are now.
Will they say anything about the events of the festival? Like any of the things?
Yeah.
Oh,
When does the
we
new
went
one
off on a
start?
jokey
there'll be
tangent.
there'll be a parade. Hang on.
Because the last one was the wolf one. What was the
Probably
next
got
one?
it. I've got it somewhere here.
Blazing
Celebration of the
Sun
morning
or
of
something.
yeah.
Yeah, Blazing Sun or something like that.
The last one was the wolf one.
The last
Right.
one was the Wolf's Head Jamboree.
And they
the
said
Festival of
something was
Blazing
coming up
Sun
soon.
The Festival of Blazing Sun is what's coming next.
Cool.
And again, attendance is required. Rain or
And it's the day
shine,
after
all will
tomorrow?
be well. It's the day after tomorrow, I believe.
Well, we slept last night.
3
So
days
it's
away,
2
and it's
days
been
away.
1 day, so 2 days. Yeah. So the day after tomorrow.
Plenty
You
of
got all day
time
today
to
and
investigate
tomorrow
and get the fuck
and the
out if we
next day.
can.
Yep.
I recommend some saw palmetto for the priest for his prostate issues.
Duly noted. Thank you. So, yeah. So, what do you guys want to do? The only clue you have right now is Yeska, who stays at the orphanage, but he's the altar boy, and that's the only hint that you've got. But then, like I said, I believe you were not. You had questions about the caretaker of the orphanage, headmistress Claudia Belasco.
Well, before
And
we
then we were
start,
also. Go ahead, Jen.
I was just gonna say before we start heading out, Ireena would want to do her 20 minutes to kind of wander around, touch base with everybody. Maybe ask Raylan to kind of make sure that
I would gladly touch them up.
make sure that Zoltan is still doing okay with his pies, and that y'all feels comfortable out into the town, or if he's gonna stay. Kind of just touch base, make sure everybody's doing okay, and then she's gonna end that round over by Oglethorpe and check in on him.
How many temporary HP is that?
7.
And when she comes up to Oglethorpe, he's like, "Oh, and who might you be, young lady?" He doesn't know who you are. Having a bit of forgetfulness.
He's having a moment.
Yes. Then Ireena would bend down and introduce herself to him and say, "Good morning, sir. My name is Ireena. Is there anything that I can do to assist or make your day better?"
And he's gonna say, "Ireena? Oh, I have a granddaughter named Ireena." And then he's going to say, "I must introduce her to you." And he turns around. He's like, "Ireena!" And he keeps turning around. He doesn't see her. He's like, "Ireena, where are you? I must introduce." He turns all the way around. It's like, "Oh, there you are." And he's like, "Ireena, this person, she looks exactly like you. It's quite uncanny. Spitting image. And her name is," frown on his face, and he's like, "Ireena." And then he's like, "I must have drifted off into another one of my senile moments, haven't I?"
She's gonna pat his shoulder and say everything is okay.
And he's going to kind of put his arm around her shoulders and turn her away from the party, and they're going to kind of go walk and stroll. And he's going to say, "I'm sorry, Ireena. I do have my lucid moments like I'm having right now. And I know that you're not my granddaughter. But when I fell from the lightning of those hags, I entered the mist another time. And it is no secret that when I returned, my body had aged many years older than what I am now. I am so much weaker physically." And he's like, "But I do feel that I can confide in you. Can't I, Ireena? I've grown quite fond of you. Can I confide in you?"
Yes.
And he kind of leans in and whispers, and he's like, "As my body has grown weaker, my arcane powers have grown exponentially. Damn dementia that I may not be able to control my powers." And then he looks at you and squints his eye without the monocle and raises his eyebrow behind the monocle and says, I fear my powers have grown wild. And he's like, I just want you to know that I would never do anything to hurt you or the party. If anything happens, all the rest of our friends here, our fellowship here, because of me, it is beyond my control, and I am truly sorry. And I will do my best to control it.
Is there
Is that the
anything that I can
Fellowship of the
do?
Whimsical?
What's that?
Is that the Fellowship of the Whimsical?
Yeah. And he smiles when she asks me, just play along with me when I lose this lucid state and call you my granddaughter. And he smiles and he's like, this damn dementia, it's accursed. I hate it. And then he kind of lingers too long, frozen, and he's kind of glassy-eyed over. And then he smiles real quick and he goes, but at least I don't have dementia. Now, where were we? What were we talking about here? What were we talking about?
May I go?
That's all he had to say. That's all he had to say to her.
All right. May
He's
I go?
confided in her. Yeah.
When I see Orp separate from Ireena, she turns and we're in this lit church, and I just see a glimpse of her. So I'm like, Ireena, would you come here, please? Thank you. She comes over, and I've cleaned up the rubble, and make them all presentable. Like, not that you need it, but would you like a fresh maker? Presto. And I get her all cleaned up, and I look at her, and I kind of stare, and I'm like, sweet Ireena, forgive me. Do you have a spot of red in your hair was black, but I've no glint of red.
Oh, we need to get that covered, and we need to cover it quickly.
That is such blasphemy. Red is the perfect hair color. It is the representative of soon and light and love. I was sent here. I was on a pilgrimage to find an item for blessed soon, something glorious, and also on constant search for light and the red hair. And what you have done for this party, and you are the Knight of Barovia, it seems. We shall not cover that. That is awful. Take it back.
We can't. And Barovia is a bad omen. It's bad luck. It has to be covered.
Well, it's really insane. We have seen nothing but sad people and awful things happening to children and all this other stuff. It's like someone set this horrible rule up just to keep you down and to I would say almost, since Strahd seemingly has a type, as we say, that was the reason to technically, because you're bad luck, but that is what brings Strahd as well. Fuck.
Yeah, the
Let's go
card
and
with
see that.
Vastani showed the lady with the red hair, right?
Yes, I think. Yeah.
What was that? I didn't hear you.
Oh, didn't the card, Ireena's card with the Vastani, wasn't that showing the who was it? It was Strahd's brother, right? With the red hair.
With a, yeah. So I like original lady, can't remember her name
had
had red hair, yeah.
Right.
And
okay.
so that's kind of obsessed and I think, descendant, that kind of stuff.
Cool. Yeah, I was just making sure.
So I very much but I will, and this would be awful. I feel like I cannot be a part of it. But could at least find a way to allow someone else to help you if I must.
People from being a little spooked by seeing red hair, we should probably get it covered up until we figure out what it is we're dealing with in the town.
Did your horrible parents always like dye your hair as a child? This is awful. It's the worst torture I've ever heard of. Okay. And that is all. And scene.
Reverend's got a thing for Dana Scully. Sounds like.
Well, my goddesses of red
Who
hair,
does
and that is
have a thing for
the most
Scully?
epitome of everything.
All right. Anything else before you guys head out?
Before we head out, I'm gonna take a little stick and put some Vicks on Dr. Heckle so he'll feel better later.
Oh shit!
And
You strength drained him. Good
Right.
lord.
I will ask.
You just strength drain.
I'm gonna use some implement. I don't strength drain him and still apply the. Maybe I'll just hand him the
I
salve.
think you should strength since he skipped out on us, man.
Just for fun.
Fuck it. Just do it.
Right.
Just for shits and gigs.
Well, he's getting my my curse this go around. I'll just announce.
There you go.
So
That sounds right.
have the two kids here, or have they been like taken away somewhere safe? Or
I think they're
No,
hanging about.
they're still with Ackles. Yeah.
Are you gonna? Are you
With
gonna
us?
leave them at the
I think
church when we
so.
go
I
out on
think
the
he
town?
tried.
They left the church.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah,
they
he
didn't know
tried.
that.
Having a meltdown, afraid that they were going to get left.
Well, I mean, we can take them with us because they would help us investigate the orphanage. They will be of. I went Dracula for a second. Hold on. They will be of many service. I would believe if we act like their guardians and we are taking them to the orphanage to be seen, meet them there. We will tour the place. What's going on?
You're right, Reverend.
And
They're small size,
So-
easily to fit into air vents.
yes, investigative purposes.
Making
Just,
stealing
Send
stuff.
just to
them through the
metagame for
sewers.
They can
moment.
hang
We
with the
have
other
basically
children. And
just
see
to
what
metagame for a quick moment. We basically have three places we can
what
go.
we're
We can go to
doing.
the.
Well,
Sorry.
we were in the middle of character and doing.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We knew that these owner that knew where the bones were was the child, the father. So having children be able could maybe find out more about this individual.
I think
I
that's
will
a
not
great
permit
idea.
the children to harm's way.
I mean, they will simply be playing with children. We investigate the headmistress and the tour.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't think these children are out. They are getting sent to be eaten.
So Ackles kneels down and says, "Will you help us by playing with children and asking them a few questions? Would you be comfortable?" And he basically is asking the kids if they're willing to play spy a little bit at the orphanage, to try to help other kids who might suffer this.
With us?
I will be in sight all time. I will not leave your view.
Okay. If you say. That's kind of how Myrtle responds, and then it freaks. I'm gonna be a
We can
Ackles stands and nods at the party.
we can
He's
get,
pretty grim about it.
we can get description from the and his name because I keep on forgetting names. I apologize. It's like it's a blurry face thing that it's a thing. What's the thing? There's hold on.
CJ came with a list tonight.
Yes, the children are the most important thing. So that's all one of those are we doing first to secure them so we can along on our whole adventure to maybe get murdered places. So, I mean, we might, maybe not, but at least we want to go ahead and talk about questions that we're going to want and instead just barging in a door and being like, hey, you did some murdering or you're selling kids. No.
And they
That's funny.
You're the ones on an adventure into danger.
To deal with them.
I believe taking to the orphanage, stay outside because he can, sometimes it.
I've noticed. Place we might be able to take the kids would be the inn to find them a safe.
That's true. Well, we didn't eat
You
yet,
wanna
so
go
we
there
could go there first and eat. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just being facetious because I think it's a terrible idea to take them to the orphanage.
Okay, we can discuss more. Let's go to the inn and get some direct. We can continue this conversation over food, and if we could always try to get rooms and secure the children in their own rooms, or somebody behind. We can carry Heckle with us to the inn.
Heckle
you're
can stay
gonna
at the
go to the
church.
inn.
Okay. I think they will be safe for the church, but they are clearly
They won't stay at
not
the
going
church.
to leave. I mean, we could.
That, and I'm just gonna point towards Heckle just throwing up and writhing and
And I'm taking that because I did give him the curse last week. So we'll just say that he ate a bag extra, made his symptoms worse.
All right. So tell me where you guys are going.
we're going to the inn, right?
In a restaurant, yep.
Going to the inn.
While we go, I will want to talk to Zlatan a little bit and be like, Dr. Miroslav, and then I went Russian. I always switch in the middle. I know that you are struggling. You still have your. We will never force these pies from you, as dark as their origin. But if you ever would like, sometimes to curb your ailments, or that we have some permission sometimes to you, as you are a learned doctor and know there are to cure certain afflictions.
Okay.
Just
Jared,
trying to
would you like-
gauge.
Jared,
gauge
would
your
you like me to
interest.
roll a roll to randomize my response?
Sure.
Wisdom, con, what do you think?
Do wisdom.
Okay, so the higher I roll, the more I actually act in my own best interest. A save or a check? I guess it's a check.
If we dispel magic on some of your pies, to accidentally eat one, it might not be one of the ones that make you even more addicted.
All right, so I rolled a 16. I'll say I do realize that these pies have ill effect on me. I do not know how to beat this. I don't think it would be reasonable for me to start giving away pies, but I mean, at least
yeah.
with a 16, acknowledging that I would help and would like to, and would like to this thing.
Because I do have a not to work on magical items, so I do anything. But I do think if there is here a randomly spell magic on a pie or two when you're not noticing, at least we are getting rid of some of your. pieces.
I don't know if anybody has to spell magic.
I think.
What's that?
Well, take
Yeah.
it at some point.
Intentions, whatever you think, be grateful for.
Ireena's going to come over and she's going to ask the Latam, would it be helpful to you to be needing to eat the pies? If one
Um,
I will aid, so you can roll with advantage.
Another roll, or do you want me just to go with the 16?
'Cause if we can get those pies away from him, we can just destroy them.
Use my
well.
persuasion.
I was gonna say,
I envision you guys sticking those pies in your bag, and Zlatan or just deciding he wants them, fucking you all up. So sure, pies.
Well, I'm thinking we could when you want it to we just taking his pies and how often it is, so we give we're not going to fight him for it. It's noticeable when he's
Nobody
trying to find
noticed.
it. Right.
So,
Yeah,
Our passive perceptions are shit. Him eat once.
I would say roll this one again. Actually,
Okay.
here,
I'll aid.
because this is
and I'll give guidance
and
as well.
I've got the DC in my head.
Oh
21.
yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so I would say that you might be willing to give over some of your pie. I think you'd still be hard pressed over.
How many would you like me to give?
How many do you have?
11. I started with 12. I have 11.
D6.
Huge. Oh, look at that.
And them 6 of your pies.
Destroy them.
Okay.
your concern, Irene. These pies for me, I think, and I kind of dig in my I just dole out 6 of them, like really make a big production of how many.
Because I'm thinking now, if he ever comes to you asking,
I said we destroy these. He just doesn't even have them. He's still got.
that's
Seriously.
a
well,
I mean,
Ireena doesn't
that's-
want to lose that, so she's not doing. She knows that
I mean,
Zlatan has more pie.
more. So just to get him out and had a prediction. I said, man, let me hold on to your hair one. I'm not.
We
'Cause I
could
know
use,
it's his
that's,
best
that
interest.
is why I'm.
so it's
I
the
kn-
hairy one.
Well, you're so you
But I
killed
think
my.
it for us more, especially since he can do a lot.
Yeah, she good.
Until there's Zlatan that cared for, and that when can take care of it at that time.
Then if he still wants them, let him have one.
plan works so much better than me holding personally.
Yeah, the whole time this is going on, I'm just kind of room, seeing all the people sat down, and is kind of his next disguise self. Kind of taking in
Definitely.
everything that Ray in earlier about how they're dressed and how they're
Go as a redheaded woman.
Ireena just with bright, striking hair. Just go as regular if I want that much attention.
Okay, so how long does disguise self last for you? As often as you want?
It's so the time, anytime after that would use
in, so you can
Before that happens. But I'm just saying that maybe you're just,
at least to somewhere where we
boilerplate.
can at least everybody out by being, a giant ass werewolf.
Yeah.
Is we walk out the doors when we start it. Is when the just crawling all fours is a giant.
What was that, Ireena? I'll put a leash.
There we
Me
go.
is a can't even
make a little
walk
sound.
on all fours. Is
Yeah, you're like a dog with
like
like
flipping the feet out. Just super awkward looking. Townspeople for
choice.
and shit real.
Thorpe, I would write here. Controversial.
So going to the did not.
Jared's like, please, come on.
We'll close out all this other.
We
Everything
just
that
talk
you've been
crazy shit.
just close.
Easy for the DM, and let's go to the orphanage.
Okay, so you head back towards past, and
I have a question. And
let me look.
Yeah,
Yep.
oh yeah, I don't.
No, we're still at the
No.
windmill.
My map is old bone grinder.
Okay.
For and took care of it.
While we're walking and while he's pulling up the map, frantically looking around, or scriptorium. Probably not much in this kind of a rundown. Somewhere where he could, or anything like that.
You do not pass. Everybody got the map. You do not pass where as you go to from the church building to the far west on the map, and basically right in the center of town.
Jared,
But that
one tiny
T-shaped
little
one-
thing. Yep.
So
One small addition
that's
to
the end.
one small. I did throw soon into every bit of our conversation and stuff, just so yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Put those papers. We get to the end. All right. So wooden building. There's a stone foundation. Several ravens perched. A painted wooden sign hanging the main.
So that's a good sign. Give them the aid.
How far away from we?
How far are the ravens from you?
I don't want
On
to
the
yell loud at them.
yeah. So like when you're you see some ravens. So they're two stories story, and a house away basically, or building away.
Words in front of all these people.
Yeah, you have
Walking in the
Please.
middle of the square.
As a
Hilarious.
career, I think I would fancy myself an expert in biology and such, and I would do a nature check on them.
in bestiality.
John.
Bestiality.
Yeah, I'm
Not
out of here. That's gross, man.
Furry thing. Those you were sending me.
All right.
Ever.
Mm.
Good. Yeah.
So do you go in?
I vote yes.
Does Kay do the ask two for no if we are?
Do what now?
Yeah. I at them at the front door,
Yeah.
just yelling. Sounds like something you'd see Oglethorpe doing more than in the middle of the road.
I would have demanded it if you
Throwing bread and
Well, you
shit, just
remember
sitting out there on the bench.
Oglethorpe would be sitting on the bench throwing. I guess you didn't read Oglethorpe's journal because he was just completely ridiculous. Walking. Okay, with the I guess you didn't read it.
oh
But yeah, that's yell at them as of right now. Just had it.
how does it? So,
Yeah.
yeah, let's go.
Squawk and flap arms.
The kids would love it.
Watch them just be able
Right.
the whole time.
You know, common in general. I lost my brother.
You have acted weird. We can speak normal the whole time. All right, let's head in.
So you head in. Let me see. I think I've got where on a map.
Like
That drains
On a map,
way.
on a map.
I feel better on
It seems much Seems like the size is very.
Shrink that grid.
Want to shrink that grid?
Do they know about?
Do they know about the shrinkage? I don't think they know about the shrink.
Feel good.
I'm working on it. Working on it.
How often do
Dorothy.
children go missing? We're going to be talking about what we're going to ask when we get to this. That's what we're going to do.
They know any kids who've gone missing, who they might have talked suspicious that would have led to their missing, to what adults seem to be.
Where this Brad is. Ask where this Brad is. What's his name?
Brad.
The one starts with a V. What's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeska. Yeah. Ask where Brad. Demand.
Also,
and we must speak with him.
ask them whatever her name of the headmaster is treats all the.
Yeah.
Okay. You got the map. You're at the end.
Which
Being in the
table is
front.
open? We need one of the biggest.
Something that's probably close.
Come into the
One of the south.
the entrance portico. The tavern is packed with tables with narrow paths and them. A balcony that can be reached by a wooden staircase that hugs the northern wall. An entrance to the east. All the windows are fitted with crossbars. Lanterns hanging above the bar room in dull orange light and cast shadows upon the walls, most of which are adorned with wolf heads mounted on.
Uh-oh.
All right. Going right to the bar.
Oh, geez.
As you basically in the bar. You guys appear to be the first patrons. Just coming in as they're up. And let's see if I can.
I accidentally Ireena back. Oglethorpe right there. Sorry.
Everybody at the bar? Do we want to be at a table? What do we want to do?
I was gonna,
See what he's getting ready to do.
Oh, yeah.
type of alcohol that carry thing from what was that place called? Wizards of Wine. Any
It's
of
the
that,
only.
see if we can't get any more.
Ask
The
if
only
they have
wine
any
in Barovia.
messages.
All right.
Secret handshake.
These are about the getting things ready today. The older man sees you all coming in and gets a little bit of a smile. Ah, welcome. Please. What can I get you? Please come. Motions to the bar as you guys start to up the stool. I get you.
Do you serve breakfast?
Of course. What would you like?
Whatever meat you have, and
As soon as
We have eggs. We have wolf bacon. We have wolf steak. What can we get for you?
oh, wolf, that sounds awesome.
Salim, would you like to start with a delicious wine? Going straight to a bottle of whiskey.
I'm afraid we don't have any whiskey. Some wine. Yeah. We have actually a couple of kinds. We have purple ash. It is not the most expensive. Will do the trick for you. And red dragon crush. And you see these, and he's pointing to these big giant that have, that you can see them. I believe they app.
Do they have a symbol
And
that says like?
well, one of them says red dragon crush. The others, so the purple grape mash is the cheap stuff. The red in the middle, you have, oh shoot, let's call it.
Well, I'm not much. How about just some coffee to go with my breakfast?
I do a small golf clap.
And he yells back, the kitchen, Danica, we have 5, 6, 6 and a couple of young.
You have a child.
Some fruit for the children.
Fruit, well, don't have much fruit, but perhaps some
Porridge will do.
I will.
and yes.
I was going to lean over to Ireena real fast and say, Berberovia, correct? Do we think any type of wine might be part of the making people drink or anything like that? There for Grace, just to kind of make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, pass it down. I don't have to. I don't think.
Okay, so okay.
So whenever all
Miroslav,
the
do you
food
want
and
to
drink,
bring you a plate, or do you act like you want a plate?
I think we all know that.
Here at the end of the table, and when everybody else is kind of ordered whatever they want, he's gonna kind of try to have a.
Okay, and the kids are sackless because you can't have youngsters at the bar. And some porridge and some milk and.
I would like to have a conversation with him.
Yep. Okay. Eventually, bring out food, and
I'll say Grace.
the kids are helping parents get the food out. And as they're getting food, you do. The door opens and a couple pretty rough-looking guys come in. Let's see if I can find. One of them looks like this, and these guys look like they're just coming in out in the wilderness, looking pretty rough. They're kind of dirty. And one of them says, Erwin, got some wolves out back.
Children, be prepared to duck on the table.
And they just they just say, we'll take the usual men and sit down at a table over here. They go. Shoot. There's so many different ways to. Oh, what the hell?
Table with the kids. And
Children, do you know how to play 5-card stud? It's teaching them bad habits.
I think
It's a 3-dragon Annie.
And so these guys come, they sit there and just wait, and Danica Mardukov comes and waits and hands them some wine and hands a little sack of what to them, and children, get the wolves off the back. So you might gather that these guys are wolf hunters and have just brought in some of their kill.
how much are the rooms?
One rooms,
Oh, great.
silver for breakfast, one silver for dinner.
Excellent.
Every
Fantastic.
everything's
Out of
actually
there.
supposed to be electrum pieces and pieces.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh boy,
how much
I
are-
version.
How many rooms are there? Well, the room with me.
Ireena under and asked if she's got something a little
Are you gonna-
harder she can
You
spike her
gonna, you
coffee
gonna, you
with.
so basically there are there are 3 guest rooms. The rooms have and one of the guest rooms has 4 beds in it. There is a private room, but it's occupied. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beds available.
There's 7 of us, so.
I think my grandfather and I could bunk in.
Wow, 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 wow.
Shame on you, DM. Shame on you. Great. What was I talking about?
Well, I would say, yeah, she could get 2 beds, her and Oglethorpe, and then Celine could be in one, or the kid and Ackles and. No, we're just getting
No,
rooms. So
we're
if
eating
somebody needs to do a
breakfast.
quick change, we can change.
All right.
But-
He'll that'll be 1 silver. You're getting 3, so
Treat
for
this
the
time.
rooms, and then
I'll treat this
it's
time.
a silver.
How much is that? So 1, 2, 3,
10 silver.
10.
So it's 3 total, but it is 1 silver for each meal. Yep.
Plus 3, 10 total.
Yep.
I've got 7 exactly, so I can use 7.
What would be the gold piece?
It's half a gold piece. 10. I thought it was 20 silver was 1 gold. Is that not right? Okay.
It's up to you. You set it up. You're the
20 was the old. That's I think 20 is the old
And
conversion.
100 copper silver, right? Or something like that. I can't remember.
something like that.
To be 200 copper was 1 gold, and 20 silver gold, and 2 electrum was 1 gold. But now I'm not. This is Dungeons and Dragons history.
Dungeons and Dragons currency.
7 of it.
Yes.
10
what?
total.
Erwin
do a
says,
night nap.
no, I don't. Interesting.
And y'all one of the keys to the room, so he had.
And whenever I get stuff yet, or not yet,
Mm-hmm.
we have got swig of the what was it? Red Dragon, I think.
Yep. So you're on the silver for a
I'm
cup.
He's
not-
gonna swig of it, and he's gonna look at the bartender and be like, "Oh, this. I've recently become a Hi."
So again,
That's
Yeah.
the only like wine district.
you can see he gets. Well, this is from the. It just so happens that family enjoy it. Thank you.
Oh,
We should
family
probably
owns
ask about that.
Erwin Marco, owner of the Blue Water here in Vallaki for 30 years now.
Latin, did you already have your mini competition?
I have not.
family
Go,
makes a
Vlad.
wonderful. Zlatan start to like kind of head that way. And then how long have we been here?
Maybe.
Okay, I want to like the clock. I can't track. So to the room before I put into it. Right, these wolf hunters in the middle. I'm gonna keep eye.
So we can see my sundial.
And
On
talk
the
to
map here.
Erwin.
So,
Go ahead.
so Erwin comes.
Alright. I'm just having, and I say,
Questions?
Erwin, you own a very nice establishment here. Appears to be popular with the local. I'm wondering, pies or anything of that nature from Reyes or such. You know what I'm talking about. And he looks at him.
No, of course not.
Dream is what you would call it.
Won't cut us a break on the price, and sell them for more than she sells them for, we're not making any money. No, as far as well, there's nothing more exotic in terms of wine. Provide all of, and quite frankly, a good of food and livestock found abroad.
The highest quality, and he takes the glass to his lips and puts it back, puts his face on it. I won't.
Um, you and give me an
Someone might want to do magic.
I could give myself vodka too.
Yep.
Total.
Okay. As he just walks off. Look over, make sure everybody's got everything. You don't up on anything. He seems genuine. He's very winery. Very proud of the fare that he offers here at.
Somebody
As soon
might
as,
want to ask what winery is. I didn't do that. But
yeah, as soon as away from Zlatan, I'm gonna like raise my hand, kind of get his attention and everything. The glass is empty, so I'm gonna have him looking like I need another refill before. Before he
What a
goes to
bearded
pick it
dragon.
up, I want to have that note that the Ravens dropped the Wizards of Wine underneath the glass before he goes to pick it up.
Okay. What did that note say? Remind me.
I think it just said Wizards of Wine. It was what
Okay.
the rid of all the hags from.
Okay. So he reaches out, grabs your glass, and as he grabs your glass, he kind of comes down the stem and picks up the paper as well, and goes over, fills up your glass, and comes back and sets just the glass back down on the table. Or on
That's
the bar.
exactly how the Tut Man used to pick up chicks at the bars, man.
I'm gonna when he brings that back, I'm gonna throw that silver piece and kind of lean in a bit forward and be like, I saw the ravens, around the establishment, and I believe that a raven dropped this note. Would you know? Is there any? I'm gonna kind of say it, more friendly,
Yeah,
not
seems
more like
very
prodding,
curious
trying to
indeed.
be
Mhm.
kind of more like hands open, more trying to seem as friendly as possible.
Okay. That seems very very curious indeed. And at this point, the door opens up and just a few townspeople come in. They're ordering breakfast, and just looks like this is a decent little place where people get to kind of get their day started. And then coming from down the stairs, this must be who you believe to be the person renting the other room. Is this guy?
He's a dandy.
And he says, "Good morning, Erwin. Good morning, Danica." And goes over and sits in the corner, and the boys run back in the kitchen and pulls out a book and starts reading and He's got another pen, and he's kind of making some notes and or writing something. You don't know exactly what. Quill. And the boys go and they run and grab his food, and he just goes about minding his own business, doing whatever it is he's doing. And again, that's kind of that's going on. And Erwin says, "Well, most of them are goodly souls, to be sure."
Can roll insight check. I'm not down there.
We
but-
have a few that roost here on the roof of the inn, even.
Interesting.
Does anybody want to roll an insight check on this guy?
Yeah, I'm going to.
And which one
I
is?
think I still
this guy
have.
that just came up?
I think I still have disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay, are
Give
you?
yourself that sweet guidance, man.
See, it
Does that
doesn't.
need to be taken off?
Yeah, it doesn't say I have exhaustion, so I don't know if it was left over
Okay,
or not.
I probably just didn't get the effect taken off. So let me get it back on here, and you can re-roll, or get that off here, and you can re-roll.
Give yourself guidance.
Yep, that's what I just did. All right, insight. Oh, yikes! Nah, you won.
Good fucking lord, man.
Yeah, he seems to like ravens. He thinks they're nice.
They're beautiful. They add to the ambiance outside.
I will show you this picture one more time.
Oh, she's got
Where
like
are the
raven.
kids?
She's got like raven feathers in her hair, and she
Kids are
would
outside
guess the raven feathers.
getting
but-
the
The kids are
wolves.
the kids are waiting table. Yeah, one of them's waiting tables. One of them's gone out back and is probably dealing with the wolves that the hunters brought in.
And what is the woman doing?
She's bedding back in the kitchen, so maybe she's cleaning the wolves. Maybe she's cooking. It's getting busy.
Who is
There's half a
Bray
dozen.
and who is Brom? Brom?
Yep.
Okay. And where did this one guy come down the stairs? Where's he sitting?
Let me put it.
And what's his
on.
name again?
It looks
You don't
like
know his
she
name. He just.
Oh, okay. I thought he said his
Does
name.
she have
Sorry.
raven feathers in her hair? I also see feathers on the back of the chair too. Big Raven fans. Guys from Baltimore. He looks like a
Oglethorpe is-
Lemony Snicket character.
Oh man, you're right.
He
I
is
can't remember who the
sitting-
main villain of Lemony Snicket is. Or the whatever those books are. Series of Unfortunate Events.
All right,
Yeah.
so the new guy is sitting at that table, kind of. You see him?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where he's sitting.
Hold in, Pedro.
Yeah. Oglethorpe is going to just kind of pan
In patron.
pan the inn and just do a perception check on these people that have come in. The two two rangers, wolf hunters, and this guy coming down to see if he can see anything that's looks peculiar about him. I don't know what I'm looking for. Just something to him for some reason. What do you want me to roll? Perception? Do you want me to roll insight?
Do perception. It's fine.
Not my best.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So when you look at the guy that came down the stairs, he appears to be a half elf.
Half elf?
Half elf. He's got slightly pointed ears, and he is dressed very colorfully. And again, looks like he's reading a book, but he's clearly just watching everyone in the room.
Notice that he's not reading it. It's upside down, right? The book's upside
Sure.
down.
Something.
okay.
I don't know if he'd make a mistake like that, but he's.
I'm
You
making
just
a
note.
joke.
Just yeah. You just
Yeah,
notice
I
that
can notice
he's
because I am learned with books. Very
Yep,
much
you
so.
notice he's just not focused on the books like he's reading. You know, his eyes are popping up and looking around the room a little too often.
And Oglethorpe will turn around and whisper to Salim and Ireena right there because they're the closest to him. Say, "We are being observed. Be on your guard. This half elf that has come down is watching us." But he says it under his breath where only they can hear because he doesn't
Okay.
want the bartender to hear it.
I place your finger beside my nose and a little rub there, let you know that I heard what you said. And Salim is going to reach out with his divine sense in this room. 60-foot radius.
Okay.
Evil and good. Any fiends, I will know immediately.
Evil and good and fiends.
Well, it ranges
I
from
think you can
You
know the type. You just don't know like if it's got a specific name or something.
right. If it's a celestial, a fiend, or an undead, then I know. I know that's what it is.
you do not sense any celestials, fiends, or undead in this,
And
and
no
within 60 feet.
strong registers of evil or good.
Nope. Nope.
All right. As
You just okay.
as Irwin is walking back and forth behind the bar, um, if he gets close to me, or if he walks by me, I will ask him a question.
Yeah, he's just back and forth checking on everybody, sticking his head in the kitchen.
Excuse me, Irwin.
Uh,
I heard
yes. How can I help
my
you?
traveling companion down at the bar asking me about the ravens. Have you ever heard of
Oh, yes. I mean, certainly, ravens.
attacking things?
Ravens are very intelligent creatures, and well, quite frankly, they're omens of good. I would not be surprised if ravens came to help those in need. And he just keeps on going like it's just, and he's still talking to you, but he's kind of walking up and down the bar, washing glasses, calling
We had some ravens help us just yesterday.
out orders, all that. But he's still focused on talking to you. And he gets a little bit closer and says, "Do what?"
I, I, I didn't know if you heard what I just said. I said that we
Yeah.
had some ravens help us just yesterday.
So he makes a show of getting you like a another piece of bread, or from behind the bar, and he hands it up on the counter and says,
Mm.
and continues about like nothing happened.
And let him know that he understood. That's my code now for every time I understand something.
Say no more.
So Irina's gonna kind of lean
And
across the bar,
okay.
and she wants to inquire with the bartender. She's gonna say, we recently just came into this town, but the one thing that seems to be very prevalent is that there appears to be an issue with wolves. Um, you had a festival. There's wolf heads on spikes. You have them mounted, and you have two wolf hunters who have entered in. Is there a problem with wolves in the area?
Wolves are wolves are a menace all throughout the land of Barovia. There are too damn many of them, and too many of them, too many of them are dishonorable.
They couldn't all be bad. I'm sure there's like a couple one like good ones out there. You can't judge all of them.
Dishonorable sounds like a strong word.
And
Or
Certain
a
he
good word.
individuals.
mentions, and in addition to the wolves, there be some that are cursed.
What you cut out, I couldn't hear.
that are cursed.
Could you elaborate on that?
Well, they be neither wolf, but somewhere in between.
Do they just come out at night, like the moon?
Is this curse prevalent, or is it a myth? Is there truth to it?
You listen to too many wives' tales,
So you've already
and it's
should be
give me an insight check.
All right.
Who? About him or just all or any?
No, Ireena, give me an insight check because
Here, I'll give you guidance then.
yeah, I mean he's saying that he says you listen to too many wives' tales, but he clearly doesn't believe what he says. So he's just saying for the benefit of whomever.
Ooh, I've got a bad feeling about something.
Like, there's a spy trying to catch him in some shit. One of the mayor spies, maybe.
I think
I think we should almost stop
Go to the
talking
end.
now
Let's
until
go
we
to
talk
the room.
later.
I
Yeah,
think-
let's wait
I
till
think
we're
this-
somewhere with him to where we can talk to him.
this is Steven talking, not Oglethorpe, but I think that this family are lycanthrope.
Yeah, because there's different. What type of? Are there were-ravens?
Oh,
I don't
that's
think
right.
so.
Yeah, I don't know. Her great grandfather was a kenku.
The lands were
All right,
very
let's all go up to the
accepting.
room so we can discuss before we go to the orphanage if we want to talk. If we feel safe leaving kids here, all that kind of shit.
All right, so
First,
you,
I'm sure my
First you
time's
do that-
ticking on my disguised self too.
Yep.
okay.
Before you guys do that, Oglethorpe is going to go over to this guy reading the book, and he's going to say, "Greetings. My name is Quilliam Inquill Oglethorpe, and I am quite the scrivener and scholar of old books. I am very interested in what you're reading there."
Why is he not showing up? He doesn't look like he's showing up on my map. Can you all see him?
He's not showing on mine either.
Yeah.
He's right almost underneath. There he is. Yeah, I see him.
There.
I don't see him.
Okay.
There he is.
I see all.
All right.
In patron, yeah, I think.
Hello, good sir. My name is Rictavio. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I've been the
pleasure
lone
is all
patron.
mine.
I've been the lone patron here at the Blue Water Inn for more than, oh my goodness, more than a 10-day. I did not think, well, not the lone patron, the lone guest. They have patrons, as you can see. Many people come here and eat and drink and share in stories, and well, that is what I am, a storyteller. Peter,
We got a bard for the NPC for the game. Yay!
I couldn't hear. Somebody kind of was cutting out. You said he's a storyteller?
He's a bard.
Oh, he's a bard?
yeah, somebody cut out. I don't know who it was. Yeah, he says, I'm a storyteller. That's what I do. I tell stories.
Oh, well, I have read quite a few stories in my day. I'm not a good storyteller per se. Maybe we could play some pinochle later and you could tell me one of your stories.
Oh, that sounds delightful. I would be happy to share some stories with all of you. Join us here in the Rictavio. Here, I'll put that on the change his name.
What? Lucky, Victoria.
Well, I'm collecting stories.
Oh, we may have an abundance for you. Enough.
That would be wonderful.
Let me begin. I was born Quilliam Inquill Oglethorpe the
And
First.
he takes out his
1,000 years ago. I'm just kidding.
he takes out another pad and he starts writing, and he just looks enthralled.
No, I'm just
1,000
kidding.
years? That's remarkable.
Yes. It is quite remarkable. It was unintentional. I did not enjoy it, I must say. But I am the great Oglethorpe the Old. I'm sure you've heard of me with all of your...
Oglethorpe. Well, of course. Everyone knows of Oglethorpe the Old.
Oh my God, Oglethorpe is fucking
You slew the chicken of Bristol. Did you not?
What'd you say? Hey,
I said, you slew the great. I said, you slew the great chicken of Bristol. Did you not?
I did. And he's like just beaming right now. And he's like looking over at the rest of the party like, see, motherfuckers, I am the great Oglethorpe the Old. He's like, I like you. Rictavio. What's Rictavio? Rictavio, I like you, Rictavio.
Yeah.
Maybe you could accompany us while we're here in Vallaki, and I can give you the entire story of how I came to be.
Accompany you? Where you go? I mean, I'm here in the inn every day. I'm here. I tell stories. I once was a carnival ringmaster. Staying here, taking advantage. Don't say this out loud. And he kind of gets quiet. Taking advantage of the Irwin Martikovs' generosity. They have such a lovely place here, and they're so kind and welcoming. And well, I just can't bring myself to leave. The people here in Vallaki, well, they need some entertainment to relieve themselves of the stresses of daily life here.
I see what you mean by taking advantage of a silver piece a night is quite inexpensive, quite affordable for an old man with very, very lean pockets. And he's grown very fond of this guy already.
Yes, it's a lovely place. It's a lovely place.
He's not going to roll any insight checks or anything like that, which he should, but he's being flattered. So he's just going to hang out with this dude while everybody else does whatever they're wanting to do. Just chat with him. And
tell me, did name a school after you?
Why, yes, they did actually. It's the Inkwell Institute, an order of script.
How long have you been here in Barovia? I thought you were dead 1,000 years ago.
Most people think I'm just a legend at this point. I kind of feel like I am just an ancient relic from a time long forgotten. But the Inkwell is in quite good standing still. Last time I saw it was just how long have we been here? About a week ago?
Yeah, probably a week. Yeah.
I saw it merely 2 weeks ago. I'd been petrified. It's quite an amusing story if you really think about it. In front of my own dedicated to me, I was a statue in dedication to my own dedication.
Remarkable. The individuals that came up with that story are incredible.
I can see Oglethorpe just like twirling the end of his beard or his hair, just like all bashful.
Oh yeah. He's just loving it. He's just absolutely loving it.
And he leans over and says, "You know, just because we're old does not mean we're ready."
Yes.
Hearing this all go on in the back, and he leans over to Ireena. Only two things scare me, Ireena. One of them is shambling mounds. The other one, Arnie's. Circus folk, nomads, smell like small hands.
Smell of cabbage.
Very small hands.
Would you say that any of us are able to overhear this conversation, or this is a private conversation that we would not be pretty...
Very boisterous.
Yeah, they're both.
Octavio is. He's. Yes, exactly.
I just kind of sidle up without drawing any attention to myself, and I say, Excuse me, sir. I am Dr. Zlatan Miroslav. Might I inquire, am I to understand that you are familiar with the schools and happenings of antiquity outside of Barovia? Are you not from this land?
No, I am from a distant land, far, far away. I have been here for some time, though. But
May
no,
I
I do not
inquire
call
where?
Barovia home.
We are travelers from afar as well.
Well, I've spent time all up and down the Sword Coast, quite frankly. I've been in Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, Candlekeep. I spent a month in Candlekeep one night. It was delightful.
Oh, I agree.
May I ask,
Candlekeep is one of my favorites.
what business brings you to Barovia?
I am a traveler. I am a storyteller. I'm always looking for stories. I'm always looking for, well, not adventure, so to speak, but I'm looking for adventures of others. Stories, stories. That's what it's all about. Stories. I want to learn. I want to visit new places, new lands, and see things that I've never seen before. And
May
look,
I inquire?
what a great story this is. I have met the wonderful, the great Oglethorpe.
Yes,
The
we're not sure.
Please,
magnificent.
please, please. Please.
His head will be so big we'll never get him upstairs.
Yes, we're not sure of that. We'd prefer you not encourage him. But I have another question.
Could
Oh,
barely get
Are
yes,
enough
you
yes.
stories
aware
before.
of how we depart?
Well, you know, I found it quite tricky enough to. I haven't even thought about leaving yet. Still so many stories to hear and learn and to tell. I'll figure that out when it's time to go.
As a man of letters and a
I'm
storyteller,
not ready. Not yet. Not yet.
I am wondering, what do you have to say? Are there any sites that we should partake in? Make sure that we don't miss. I've heard it's
Well, don't miss
quite the
don't
to-do.
miss the festival. If you miss the festival, they'll put you in jail. That's the best advice that I can give. They are a bit dull. He says very quietly. But we put on a happy face. We make the burgomaster smile. We go on about our business, collecting and telling stories.
Somebody heard that shit.
Oglethorpe
see.
Oglethorpe will have like a lucid moment here, and he will say, "Do you happen to know any stories about the orphanage in town?"
I would like to do an insight check too while he's asking that question. I'm doing
Okay.
an insight check on this whole encounter.
Okay, what are you trying to determine?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm asking some pretty pointed questions about what
Mhm.
his business is in Barovia,
Yep.
why he's here, what he's doing,
Okay.
trying to read between the lines about Vallaki.
Asking if he knows anything about any stories about the orphanage.
Okay.
Jan, would you take me to the room, please? I'd like to clean up.
20 total.
Right this way. I'm gonna start
Okay, so
heading.
if you
towards
guys,
the
so
room.
you guys are going up to the room.
Yeah, we're gonna go to one of the rooms. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys go to the room, and one of the boys, Bray, takes you up to the room and shows you where it is and gets you settled in. I'll put you. I'll take you up there if you want me to, but it's no. You can put you on the map so you can see it if you want, but we can
No,
just
I'll
say
probably
that you're
just
there.
spend like 5 minutes up there, like I'm
Okay.
going to the bathroom, I'm doing something, and then I'll
Okay.
come back down. But I'm leaving time for y'all to do whatever he wants to do.
So okay, so I got your roll. Let me. Okay, and Oglethorpe, what was your question?
He
Stories
said
about the orphanage.
he wanted to know
Stories
if he
about the
had
orphanage.
any stories about the orphanage.
Well, I don't know if this is true, but I have heard that well, there's been a little bit of trouble lately. It's in particular a young man. Milivoj is one of the I guess he is the caretaker there. Apparently he grew up in the orphanage, and now that he is an adult, he lives there in the orphanage. He's kind of the caretaker of the place, and he also is the gravedigger at the church. But apparently he has become quite ill, and no one can figure out what it is. He's just wasting away. He is a perfectly healthy young man, probably 18, 19, 20 years old, but he is rotting away in the bed. Can't get up. Very, very wrong, and no one can figure out what it is.
I have spent my entire career diagnosing various maladies and infirmities encountered by mortal men. Myself and perhaps my colleague, Dr. Heckle, could be of some assistance.
Well,
Or maybe our cleric.
I do know Father Lucian has been there and attempted to heal him on several occasions to no effect.
I'm not familiar with your Father Lucian.
Batsoon is such a
Father
wonderful,
Lucian-
glorious god.
He was the one we met at the
Oh, dear.
church.
Father Lucian was the
Sorry.
cleric
Right.
at the church.
All right. Well,
So you are a bone cutter, a doctor, a hedge barber, if you will.
indeed I am.
That is remarkable. I would love to sit and hear some stories of some of your surgeries, or some of the greater, the more complicated diseases and illnesses you have cured. That would be fascinating.
But of course, it has been my charge to take care of the skin and its contents.
The skin and its content. Oh yes, the body. Wonderful, wonderful.
That was the name of my book.
The skin
And
and its contents.
Miroslav, you think he is genuine in the things that he is telling you, but he's leaving something out, and it's significant, but you don't know
I thought he
what.
Did you ask how he got here? He said it took him a hard time. Or
I asked
it
him
was
how he
hard for
got
him
here.
to
He
get
didn't
here.
answer.
Okay.
He didn't answer me though. I asked him.
Yeah, he just said it was difficult enough
It took
getting
him a while,
here.
yeah.
Which is funny because we didn't have any problem getting here.
I was going to say the same.
I wouldn't say it was probably did die.
Well,
Here.
yes, and Oglethorpe will say,
You guys had
Oglethorpe
a
will
very
say to-
easy way. I woke up.
How
Well, yeah, and we kind of woke up from it was weird. We disappeared into the mist to be put in a situation as well, to then go and die there, then go in the mist someplace else. So how do we get teleported to the first death zone?
Mm.
It's the Sword Coast Triangle.
Yes, that's right.
The devil summoned us.
Well, am I still talking to him, or is my opportunity?
I'm wondering, have you passed through the mists to arrive in Barovia?
Well, you can't get into Barovia without going through the mists. And the Vistani have to get through the mists.
Is that so? How was your experience as a man who collects stories?
Well, it was. Now, I must have wandered around those mists. First of all, it took me quite some time to determine where I could find the mists. Well, they don't just appear anywhere in Faerun along the Sword Coast, and they only appear momentarily. So it took quite a bit of research and quite a bit of time, but I finally figured out that on the moors to the south of Baldur's Gate, on a full moon in the 10th month of the year, which I don't know because I don't know the Sword Coast calendar.
But we all are familiar with the calendar, surely.
Yes. I knew that the window would open ever so briefly. How long I wandered the mists, I do not know. But, well, Piccolo and I, we made it. Yes, we did. We made it. Here we are.
Who is Piccolo?
Ah, Piccolo, silly me. Piccolo is my pet monkey. Unfortunately.
I didn't even see your monkey, and I have been doing
Well,
such and
it's
such.
a
May
sad
I
story.
touch your monkey? May I touch your monkey?
A sad story that it seems that Danica, Erwin's wife, lovely lady. It seems she's a bit allergic to monkeys. Who even knew there were monkey allergies? I did not know that. It's a new thing, a new fact to add to a story. Well, my good friend Blinsky the toy maker, who, as soon as he saw Piccolo, fell in love with him. Blinsky the toy maker, across the way, taking care of Piccolo while I'm here.
That's here in Vera. It's here.
Oh, yes, it's just across the way.
We
Let me
must get
pull up the
toys for the
Vallaki
children.
map.
What's his name again?
May I touch your monkey?
Have to go ask Blinsky. Blinsky is literally, so if you look on the Vallaki map, immediately south of Blue Water Inn Pin, you see a small building. I'll circle it.
He's a toy maker.
This is Blinsky the toy maker right here.
Cool.
I'll share this map again.
I'm just making sure I got his name and stuff down.
Blinsky.
Gotcha.
So yes, Blinsky has Piccolo. I stop by and see him on occasion. Miss the poor little fella.
What CR rating is this monkey?
I don't know what you mean. And of course, there's Drusilla. Drusilla's me horse.
Drusilla.
That's my horse. And you see there's an apple on the desk, on the table there, with the rest of his breakfast.
Was
The
there a
apple,
horse
here's-
tied up outside?
You did not see it outside, but perhaps it's somewhere in town.
He did have fruit. Yeah, I'm just joking. They didn't
No
experience any sickness in the fog.
Does anybody want to interact with the two wolf hunters up there?
I think
I'm
we.
gonna stay away from
I
him.
mean, I'm kind of played out with this dude for the time being. If somebody
I
wants
am
to go
too,
talk to
so-
the wolf hunters.
I'm just gonna sit here and talk with him. I'm not gonna roll it out though, but we're just talking.
Okay, yep. Just
He's
talking,
just-
chatting, shooting the
Yeah.
bullshit.
Children,
Just totally-
please finish your porridge. Eat all the porridge.
This porridge sucks. I want a wolf steak. I want wolf bacon. This sucks.
You'll eat your porridge and like it.
I won't like.
Picky for being in cages.
Take me to the orphanage. You suck.
He kicks him in the shin.
I figured they'd be like, "Oh, there's a wolf in disguise upstairs."
All right, so you go up to the wolf hunters.
I just asked him, so you all are wolf hunters. Is there a large presence of wolves hereabouts?
Who's asking?
My name is
Yeah.
Salim.
Salim. I'm Zodar. This is Yevgeny. And they've got like 3 or 4 empty wine glasses in front of each of them. They've just been, since they got here, they've just been pounding the wine.
Salim looks over his shoulder to the bartender. Erwin.
You have a noble's ring on there. You're responsible for him.
So Erwin sends. All right. So Erwin, more wine. Have
How
you?
much are the wines a piece again? I forget.
Silver a piece.
All right,
Everything's a silver.
I hand him a couple of silvers.
Okay. What can I do for you?
I was just interested in your work.
We hunt wolves. We sell the meat. What else do you need to know? Do you need a guide? We do some guide work.
Not as of yet, but who knows?
I'll walk over. When they say, do you travel around just the outskirts of Vallaki? Are there plenty of wolves there to keep you busy, or do you spread out to other towns?
Well, I'd say we've traveled from one end of Barovia to the other at one time or another. If you need to get somewhere, we can get you there.
Fantastic. We might keep our service. May we just contact Erwin to get in touch with you? Are you here every morning?
No. Most of the time we're out in the woods hunting wolves. You just happen to catch us when we're in town.
Well,
if you need
when
guide
is your
service,
next?
if you need guide service, 5 gold a day.
Okay.
We can provide directions. We can provide directions for drinks.
Okay. I believe there were 2 drinks. Was maybe that's 2 locations, north and south, like places of interest that you would suggest? Just
Well,
any description of of any more surrounding towns, maybe. We have seen Barovia, we have seen Vallaki, and we would like to know more about the other towns.
He says, stay away from the windmill to the east. If you'd like to do some, then there's a really nice, one hell of a nice lake to the north, Lake Zarovich.
About that windmill.
Oh yes, we passed the windmill. It was burning. It is no more.
Ask him what he knows about the windmill.
Can you tell me more about the windmill?
Well, anybody we've ever known that ventured up around the windmill never came back.
I see.
Seems like quite a dangerous place. We avoid it. Even the wolves don't go. Even the wolves don't go near the windmill. If the wolves won't go near a place, there's no reason to go near it.
I've heard that windmills burn very nicely.
And they just kind of nod at you like, we dig.
But it's
Is there anything
nice
else you
meeting
need?
you, fellas. Really, we don't know when your next excursion would be. You know, whether you would be leaving before the festival, since you have to be here for 3 days, or whatnot. So, I just figured I'd.
I doubt we'll be here for the festival.
Okay then. Great.
Yeah,
Maybe we will be
we're here
leaving
for
about the
we're
same
here for
time.
another. We're here for another 24 hours, 24 to 36 hours, and then we're back out in the woods.
Great. Nice to meet you, sirs.
I say the same.
Yes. Thank you for the drink.
Hey, you're welcome. I'll venture back over to the car.
Thank you. This lake sounds beautiful and wonderful. I will have to dip in it.
Okay.
No giant sharks, right? Or no krakens or such.
He just looks at you like you're fucking crazy.
Oh yes. It was a jest.
He's not crazy. It's his accent.
So nobody says anything about his eyes.
What was wrong with his eyes? Oh yeah, that's true.
Your eyes.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, I mean, I mean, with everything that these people see in Barovia, red eyes are not that
I am just
crazy.
really stoned. Don't worry about me. My good berries are very good.
So what would you
Oh.
Did the bartender Erwin ever say when he was going to speak to hush hush about it?
Not yet.
Maybe if we stay here at night, you know, when they close down, he'll
Right.
take a break or something and come up and see us.
Yeah.
Should we head to the orphanage?
All right, so we
Yeah.
have two places we
Yeah.
can go, basically, right? We can go to
The
the
toy
orphanage, or
shop.
we can go. Oh yeah,
To the
we've
toy
got three. We've got the toy shop, and we've also got those prisoners that we could investigate some more that we had talked about.
Yeah, the people in the stocks.
Yeah, I think you and Agnes would be pretty keen to do that, I would assume.
I wonder, like, what did the kids' eyes light up
And
when
we
the word toy shop was brought up?
Nope, they're just sucking down. You know, they're like trying to like force down the shitty porridge.
I thought the porridge was delightful.
and we've also
You
got
got
this
wolf
sick
steaks.
guy that we could check out. Wolf steak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you've got at the orphanage, you've got, well, of course, now by the middle of the day, Yeska could be back at the church because he does work at the church. You know, he's an altar boy, so maybe he's there. He could be at the orphanage. You got Milovaj at the orphanage. You've got the, you know, a clandestine meeting perhaps with Erwin at some point to discuss matters.
I
You've got
definitely want to talk to Erwin at
a
some point.
reference to a toy maker and a monkey.
I could ask Erwin if he'd like to
You've
escort us
got
to the rooms.
Say it again.
No, we could ask Erwin if he'd like to escort us to the rooms.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Then maybe he'd be willing to talk, and we could get more information before we actually leave.
Yeah.
I'm in one of the rooms right now, so if you guys walk up, I'll just be regular wolf form and see how he takes it. See how he reacts.
That might
We
not
could
be
either do
good.
that, or we could take him into one of the other rooms
Actually,
and then have
you know what?
come in after we start talking to him.
While I'm up in the room, I'm gonna lay out a couple little stones and everything, and I'm gonna go ahead and cast. I'm gonna cast augury as a ritual
Oh.
and see. Gonna ask Saloon the Night Mother what would
Great idea.
happen if Erwin were to come up and see me in my regular form.
Mm-hmm.
Very
That's
cool.
awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Read me the text of augury so I get this
Okay.
right.
By casting sticks, rolling bones, ornate cards, or employing some other divining tool, you receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. The DM chooses from the following possible omens: wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both good and bad, or nothing for results that are especially good or bad.
Okay.
And it says the spell doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as the casting of additional spells or the loss or gain of a companion.
All right. Okay, so you cast augury, and you get, you know, as you're laying the stones out and you're
Yeah, I think I'd be talking like either
Reciting
giant,
the words.
giant or Sylvan, but I want to say giant since Furbolg are like distant giant.
Okay. So yeah, I think maybe that would be right. You like put the stones in maybe like lay like
Toss them.
a circle of stones out,
Mhm.
or maybe a circle of or like a square of sticks out, and so you make this little square of sticks, and then you got a little cup of stones, and you roll the stones out, and
Kind of like in Willow.
and as you're saying, you're reciting the words, it kind of gets a bit dark in the room. It gets very still and quiet all around you, and you'd heard, you'd been hearing the commotion, or just the general clamor from the kitchen and the dining area below. And it gets very, very quiet. And the best way I guess I can describe it is you get a sense first, you get this feeling of this overwhelming sense of shock, and then acceptance. That's that's just the emotions that you feel.
Shock and then acceptance. Cool.
Yep.
Cool. So I'm gonna, after I get all of that, I'm gonna scoop all that stuff kind of back up in the bag and like knowingly up at like the ceiling almost, kind of looking further and just nod and say, thank you and giant, and then sit on the bed and just stay in my regular wolf form. I'm not gonna go.
Cool. This is gonna be cool.
Okay.
Let's see
Alright.
what happens.
So now I'm just sitting on the bed, just angsty, kind of those paw and paw, just clicking fingers together, waiting.
Okay.
Ireena's going to lean over to Erwin and say, "Excuse me, my friends and I would like to freshen up before we go out onto the village to explore more. Would you be willing to escort us up to show us the rooms?"
I would. And he goes back and sticks his head into the kitchen. He says something clearly to Danica, and she follows him out, and he's got a couple keys. And he leads you guys upstairs into
Real quick. And what's his name?
Rictavio.
Rictavio. Oglethorpe's getting up like he's got to go with you guys, and he's going to point to the book where he's writing down everything. Oglethorpe says, he's like, no, it's not the Duck of Death, it's the Duke of Death. And then he goes on with you guys.
So are we taking him directly into the room, or are we doing the other room and having him come across the hallway? Just take him right in the room.
Yeah, I'll be sitting up here, kind of like on the edge of the bed.
Oglethorpe is going up there too. So.
Are you giving him any warning? Be like, hey.
that's.
I think so. I think Ireena would be talking to him and telling him that he's been very hospitable and kind. He has a lovely family, but that we are on a journey and a mission of sorts, and trying to discover some secret that we have a few of our own. And as he has opened his rooms to us, we feel like he should be allowed to know who he has under his roof.
All right.
I agree.
And then we open the door.
And as soon as we open the door,
full leg over. Oh shit! You guys are supposed to knock.
Not in
I did
front
a
of,
shave and a haircut. Yeah, a shave and a haircut.
not in front of the children. This is not appropriate in front of the children.
Should have knocked.
Yeah, as soon as Ireena says something, I'll do the shave and a haircut on the door.
He's down on the floor with his butt on the floor. He's scraping it on the carpet.
he's dragging his ass across the carpet.
Knock, you
Gotta
bastards!
clean out those glands.
Knock, you assholes! Unbelievable.
All the pillows are
Oh,
torn
man.
asunder.
Oh man, that's some funny shit.
Mm.
Chewed up
So,
his own shoe.
That's awesome.
So Erwin opens up the door first and pulls it open to admit you guys, and you all kind of roll in, and then he walks in. Jesus Christ! What the fuck? And just he's got this just.
Yeah, I'm gonna immediately hold my hands up and be like, don't be alarmed. I know I look a bit different from out there, but you spoke of wolves, and I thought you might be able to help me, at least somewhat. You know more than anybody else we've spoken to.
I
And this
slowly
is,
close the door.
yeah, this is. I've woken up this way, but you speak of it like it's common.
Are you afflicted with lycanthropy? Lycanthropy?
No, I woke from the mists here like this. I don't have any cravings or any changes or anything like that. This is my form all the time.
When you get
All day,
older,
every
you
day.
grow hair in funny places.
Like, show him what you really look like, you know, with your disguise. You did us, remember?
Yeah, the form you saw.
Yeah,
earlier.
I'll use. Yeah, I'll go to disguise self in the original form and be like
But
this.
did you disguise self already? Like, weren't you still a fearbog? Only
Oh yeah, that's what you looked like.
so that was what you looked like before. So you can
Yeah,
just
that
no, no, no.
furball disguise self is what I looked like before.
Yeah.
Since I can technically change myself to look who I looked before, but yeah, that's the original before I came. You know, came to in the mists.
You say you came to in the mists. What about the rest of you?
Well, it is the
All
same.
of
I woke up from the mists and I was here with these folks that I never met before. But now we are the best of friends.
I see. So he has brought you here.
We do not know why, though. That is what
Who
we're
is
trying to figure out.
he in your phrase?
Well,
Who is he?
The devil.
yes, we know he.
The devil? Just
The
kind of look
devil
at him,
himself.
almost like a knowing look. Yeah.
Yep.
Why would the
I-
devil bring us here?
And why would he change me?
I do not know that he is the one responsible for changing you, but he is certainly the one responsible for bringing you here. He does this on occasion, we believe. 1,000 years of being trapped in this land of Barovia, this small, small land. It is believed that he gets bored.
What is a
Okay,
challenge?
If there's
when
one
you
thing
say
we have not found, it is boredom.
when he says that being trapped here for 1,000 years, Oglethorpe's eyebrow raises. It's like, you say this devil. I do not dare say his name. You say he is trapped here.
And he kind of gives this incredulous chuckle.
Oh.
My dear friend, we are all trapped here. There is no leaving Barovia once you come. Only the Vistani that serve him are able to come and go at their will. And it is not known if it is that their will or his.
The Vistani was
But
that
they are the only
gypsy
ones
tribe,
allowed
correct?
to leave.
Yep.
All of
Yeah.
us, even in death. Well, but there are multiple. I mean, there's Vistani all over. The
Okay,
one in
there's
particular,
good
the one
and
tribe
bad.
with the seer.
Yeah, because they're gypsies,
Yeah,
right?
there's
So
different
many
groups.
different kinds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So he's brought you here for a reason. Those reasons are his own. And he looks at you all, and he kind of steps up closer to you. And then he's like just taking into your eyes, and then he just kind of gradually looks around the room, and his eyes land on Ireena. He says, "I know you." And he kind of walks up to you, and he says, he kind of lifts out his hand towards your And do you say anything?
It depends on what you're gonna do.
Get your, a little bit of your hair where the dye has come away and it's turning red.
Okay. Do you have anything that I can use to cover this?
My poor child. We will. Danica will help you. You are her. I pity you.
Can you
And then he steps
elaborate
into
on that?
he steps into the center of the room and he says, bless you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was hitting my mute and her mute, and
So he cast bless on all of us, right?
Yeah, right.
exactly, yeah.
He steps into the middle of the room and says, my wife and I, well, not everything is as it. He says, we have ours.
Are the hunters also wolf people?
We are members of a secret order. No. We are members of a.
Keepers of the
We
feather.
oppose the devil. Oppose him at every chance we get. Kind of starts to shimmer and transform. And in front of you, you a raven.
Fuck yeah,
Oh,
we're
shit.
ravens.
How did the children react to this?
They are like Myrtle pisses her pants. And Freak, it just hugs her. And yeah, it freaks him out a little bit.
Wow.
Reverend, could you hand me that towel for the child?
Oh, an episode of
He's fully serious.
And he shimmers back into human form.
Well, as soon as he does that, you standing up now.
Yep.
I'm just watching, full of curiosity, eyes are twinkling. Someone that's at least somewhat similar as my face.
Thank you for your help with these.
Hell, it was not me, but rest assured there are members of our order throughout Barovia. You must have caught their attention at some point along the way. We suspected, or have suspected for some time, that he would be bringing new people in through the mists. As I said, he gets bored periodically. But rest assured, with whatever we can do to help, we will do so.
Well, they saved our bacon.
And he pulls out the little card that had the Wizard's Wine emblem on it that y'all had given him. He said he hands it back to him. We will help you if you might possibly be able to.
Of course.
The Wizards
Yeah, there's
of Wine.
a bond.
Yep.
Go ahead.
The Wizards of Wine has been in my family for generations. They have missed the last 2 shipments that have been due. I fear the worst at the winery. I cannot get there myself. I dare not leave my family alone and unprotected. I would ask that as soon as you may, make your way east to the winery. Check in, make sure my family is okay. And
Now,
damn it,
did we
bring me
come
some
from the
wine.
east?
I'm sorry, to the west. Make your way to the west. Make your
Okay,
way to
thank
the
you.
west. And damn it, bring me some wine. I've only got half a barrel of each vintage left. And the festival coming up and all.
I think we have some time at the orphanage first, but that can be our next on the.
How many days' journey is it to the Wizards of Wine?
Can't get there and back before the festival, but I do know that the festival will wipe me out. It is about it's about 5 days journey.
Each way?
Yeah, each way, walking.
I'm just really digging this whole thing with y'all and this guy.
Yeah,
Because y'all you've seemed so lost almost since the beginning of this thing, and now I don't know. I'm just feeling it.
sure.
For sure.
Yeah,
Very, very
that's
cool.
how Yu's kind of been. I mean, he's kind of just been checked out of it until he just kind of feels isolated. He just feels.
Mm.
But
Oh, come on! I give you tummy rubs and I rub behind your ear.
Ackles, is that your insight check on Erwin?
Ackles is looking for someone to whom he can entrust these children. I dropped a 20, god damn it. But that's what he's looking for. He's trying to weigh this guy up. He knows there's kids in the building.
Yeah, so Yu's just gonna hold out his palm in a handshake as much as he can, even though his palm's massive. He's gonna just hold it out like a shake.
He looks at you as you hold out your hand. You've got this massive paw that is, it's not even remotely close to a hand. It looks like a wolf's paw, but turned sideways like your hand. And Erwin smiles at you. And as he holds out his hand, it turns into a wing.
Ah, cool.
And he shakes your paw with his wing.
Very cool.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And Ackles, as best you can tell, he's legit.
He's going after the bad guy, and I think.
You might want to tell them where we got these children, because it seems like they're in the know about that windmill and the hags and the ravens were there. And
yeah. So
Ireena
sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
So Ackles says, I would like to help you since you gave us aid at the windmill. These children, however, are my first priority. I need to know that they will be safe with you.
Erwin comes over and squats down next to Myrtle. Hello, my child. And he just kind of looks at her, and he just holds out his hand and kind of strokes her hair affectionately, like a father rubbing the hair of his child. Would you like to stay with me and my wife and I, Danica? We always wanted a little girl. We'd love to have you. We'll make this as safe and happy home for you as we can. And you too, me boy. We could use another brave man around the house. Freak kind of, puffs out his chest. And Myrtle looks up at Ackles.
If you can trust a dragon, why not a raven? Well, did she ask if I will do all that I was double checking that I heard you.
Yeah, okay.
I will do all that I can. Rest assured that you will be my heart. But you are as safe here as I can make you. And you are well hidden from the dangers that I must go and face.
when you and kind of steps up as Myrtle's kind of can't, she can't get it out, but he's figured out what she wants to say. When you kill the devil himself, will you come back and get us and take us with you?
Yeah.
I mean, I like these people, but I want a real dad. I want you to be my dad. And Myrtle just kind of nods her head.
Once he is dealt with, if that is still how you feel, and I am able to take you, you are welcome under my roof.
And Merle and Freak kind of turn to each other and they whisper. And they look back at Irwin. All right, Mr. Birdman, we'll stay with you. I'd like to talk to you boys. And he kind of embraces them and says, yes, let me take you down and introduce you to Mother. Then all of a sudden he looks a little bit like Mike Pence, referring to Mother.
I
Oh, we're on
trust
our
this
second thoughts
man.
already.
Mike Pence.
So you've got another
That was
thing
good.
on
And now, if we want to skip the or the festival altogether, we could go on this mission. We still want to investigate the orphanage, of course, but
Do we really? I know why our characters would want to skip the fair, but I'm trying to figure out if we really want to skip this fair. It might
we
be
don't want to.
interesting.
Another thing too is Oglethorpe is gonna ask, "What about you? What about you all? Is he going to be able to travel safe? Something that we must continue to hide with his magics."
Well, I believe it might be in your best interest to keep as hidden as you can.
Would
Pains me to
cloaks do
say
the
it.
trick?
Keep the cloak over your head and keep your arms inside your cloak. Perhaps it'll be enough.
when you said you were not the one who sent the ravens, is it the person at the winery that may have sent them?
Well, I do not know. It is possible. But as I have already said, I'm quite concerned about what is happening at the winery.
Right, the devil may have taken offense at
They have
the
not.
help.
It is, well, anything is possible. I will not put anything past the devil himself.
The only reason
Are
I
there
bring up
any
the
points
cloaks
of
is
interest on the road between
damn,
here
I
and our
can't get this
destination?
fucking sentence out.
I mean, none of us can. It's amazing.
Oh, I love it.
Perhaps something
ahead,
like the world's largest ball of twine.
Well, I don't know about the largest, but at least the second largest ball of twine.
Perfect.
Cut go.
I was just asking about the cloaks.
Oglethorpe, what did you want to say?
I was just asking about the cloaks because he's going to spend up all his spell slots for what, 4 hours, 5 hours of the day,
Just that's what I'm saying. Keep cloaked up. Yep, keep covered up as best you can. And Miroslav, what were you saying?
I just wanted to know if there were any points of interest or anything, any
Like a
points of
windmill
interest
to avoid?
on the road between here and there. Anything we'd want to avoid, anybody we'd want to seek out, any, people, these, I'm sorry, what would they call it? Something of the feather, Brotherhood of the Feather.
Keepers of the Feather.
Keepers of the Feather. Are there any Keepers of the Feather people on the road between here and there? I mean, anything, good, bad, or indifferent between here and the Wizards of Wine that we would want to seek out or avoid or whatever.
And do we need the guides, or can we make it our own?
It is. You should be able to make it there on your own. Just west of town is the Luna River Crossroads. Stay on the main road, though it is a little bit further around to the south. Stay on the main road until you get to the Raven River Crossroads. If you go to the north, You may get too close to the wizard's tower. Strange things happen there. Going on. We have not been able to investigate it like we wish. Southern Road till you get to the Raven
Again,
Run crossroads.
again,
And-
Oglethorpe's. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
His when you say Wizard's Tower, his eyebrow raises and
Yep.
it's like
So basically, when you're going to get to the Luna River crossroads, you can go to the north or to the south. Take a south until you get up to the Raven River crossroads. River crossroads. Basically there are 4 roads that come together. You need to take. He's telling you to take the southwest to get to the Wizards of Wine. To the village of Kresk, and the North Passage is another route to the tower, and Ruins and Woe are to the south.
who's this?
We do not know. It's just an old tower that we believe was occupied by a wizard many years ago.
We
Is
had
it the
heard of
wizard
the
that
story.
fought,
Yeah, that felt.
that fought the devil himself?
Ooh.
Maybe we need to search that river for his belongings to maybe find a key to a tower with a deed in it.
With Irwin standing right here, Salim tells him that I feel like we can tell you that each other a little better, but you no longer have to fear anything about the tower or about the windmill. And then he tells him about all the stuff that happened at the windmill and running the hags out and burning it.
Don't buy any more pies.
And yeah, everything.
Yeah, I mean,
what the pies were made of, all that stuff.
If he's fighting Strahd, maybe that the orphanage has that hand in it. We're telling the whole thing. The orphanage is maybe giving the kids to the hags and all that stuff.
did you kill the hags?
No, they almost murdered us, but they got away. They disappeared.
We almost had one of them.
Yeah, we turned the tide and then they ran.
Thanks to your Ravens, though. Thanks to your Ravens, we got out of there alive.
Your ravens turned the tide. We were nearly defeated.
I don't believe you've seen the last of them.
Well, I would ask that through your network of your ravens, that you keep any places that the hags might try to take over to resume their work, and let us know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and just hell of Morgantha's identity as a hag in general, too.
Yes, don't buy any more pies.
That is good to know, but people love those pies. I've never bought one of those pies, and, well, I certainly never will. Whether or not we can keep others away from them, I don't know, but we'll do all we can. And we'll keep an
Those
eye
pies are like floating on a cloud of titties.
You could definitely
yes.
triple your price and make a killing.
Smack pies. So yeah, so that's where you are. You've got a new ally here. The kids have got a place to be.
I'll give him a gold
And-
piece for the first 2 days of the kids' watch.
Okay.
He's keeping him forever, isn't he?
As long as they need
Paying
to.
us. We just sold him 2 kids.
And
You got
slavery.
two. You got some new child labor.
Yeah.
All right.
Would you like me to read you the description of this room? We never did do that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Searching for treasure.
Two cozy beds with matching footlockers rest in the far corners of this room. Wolf furs are heaped atop each bed. Between the beds, a lamp sits on a shuttered window. 2 tall black wardrobes stand against the wall by the door. So there you go.
There's a brown
Not
stain in
too
the middle of the
shabby of
brown
a.
carpet.
Big long streak, about 6 feet long.
I love that this
Yep.
whole room costs the same as one glass.
There's like some, yeah. So there you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, some of
Search
the
for
posts on the
traps.
bed are scratched out, scratching posts. A couple bite marks on some of the wood.
Shoot with the sole of the
You guys
boot.
were down there for a while. You kind of
So-
left you unsupervised.
All the remote controls were just chewed up.
What
What
you
is
guys think you would like to do next? Where are you going to go from here? You got you can go straight to the winery. You can go to the orphanage. You can go. Again, you've got the toy maker's been mentioned. You got the stockades.
We're not
When?
going to
you got
skip the festival, are we?
How
We
far
can't
apart
go to
are
the
the
winery.
festivals?
every week.
So he
And
has
a week
enough
is 10
wine for
days.
the 1 and 2 days, but he
Yep.
doesn't have enough wine for the following.
Right.
And then we also have the kid in the orphanage with the bones. Was that right? Something about?
We
Yeah.
don't know that he had anything to do with it, but
Well-
yeah, that's
Oh
our
yeah, we
got-
don't. He was
we
the last. He
suspect
was one
him.
of the only people that would have known.
We
Right.
You've
suspect
got,
him.
you've got
Okay,
Yeska,
okay.
who is, there's an issue about the bone. The priest is concerned he might have shared something about the bones or taken the bones. You got the other guy that is ill and wasting away, rotting away in the orphanage, the older kid,
hmm I think with
19 to 20-year-old kid.
with the whole suffering thing, Marisol. I'm not putting words in anybody's mouth, but Atlas and Marisol were more drawn either to one, the people that are in the stockades, at least to investigate that, and stopping the trafficking of children would probably be pretty high on our list.
Mhm.
And I think
So-
if yeah, go ahead.
I think it makes
So you all tell me where you
I
think
mean,
you're
we've
going.
got so many hooks right now. I'm not even looking to go stir up more shit with the stockade people, honestly. We've just got more
I
shit
mean-
than we can do already.
Mhm.
I mean, I kind of feel like with the time, we should maybe tomorrow or check out the orphanage and then leave before the festival to try to figure out where his wine and what's happening with that so we can bring that back and then check out the festival once we return.
Well, it's going to be
Yeah.
10 days round trip.
Yeah,
to
it'll be the
wine
next
place.
festival by then,
So,
so.
I mean, it's going to
Yeah.
be a while before we can get there and back. I mean, the question is, I think the first question we need to ask ourselves is, do we want to go to this festival or avoid this festival?
I want to go to it.
Oh, there's going to be
I
one
think
every
go
10
to it.
days.
Yeah,
Do
from
you?
what we've heard, they're boring and they're just kind of doldrum now, just to fakely, try to raise spirits. But it works because they've been protected. So, they give you the mandatory. You have to be here when, but people come and go. The wolf people come and go like no problem. So I don't think it raises suspicion if we're leaving right before a festival.
I'm just talking from a
Metagaming.
player,
Yeah.
metagaming, that I think we're probably supposed to go to the festival. I'm not 100% sure, but I think maybe there's some kind of something that we need. It's mandatory, I don't know. Maybe I'm
We
wrong.
have just
You
enough.
you do whatever you want to do, and I will adjust accordingly.
But we don't want to leave Irwin hanging in either.
Like I
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Well, I think
okay,
we
when
should
does
definitely
Irwin
do
need
that,
it by?
but we have to do it.
We next
We do have to
festival,
do
so
it
we'd
tomorrow.
have to do it now. Yeah.
I mean, with everybody's curious nature, it's going to take us a lot longer than 10 days to get there and get back.
Yeah.
Ask him
Something to consider.
if he can wait. I mean, we have, like, we're going to tell him that we have to go to the orphanage. We have to check
Eat
out the toy
horses
maker.
to
We
make
have
our
to
trip
check
faster.
out the. We have to check out the kid that stole the bones. We got to check out the other kid that's dying. Can we do all this theoretically and then leave and go and come back to get this wine? Do we have to be here for this festival? Does he think we
He
have to
doesn't
be
know.
here?
I
Just
mean,
thought
And
I
are
could
there
cheat.
horses that we could rent and get to where we can get?
Let's see.
Hopefully we're bringing.
You might be able to get horses at the Arisec. You may be able to
I'm
get
sure they
horses
would
at the
have a part
Arisec stockyard
at the winery.
in the eastern part of town.
Okay.
So he
Stop by
mentions the
see if I can get some horses.
Arisec stockyards in the eastern part of town to get horses.
How many days would that shave off of a 5-day trip, DM?
Maybe it might turn it into like 3.5 days, 3 days, because you're gonna have to rest the horses periodically and all that. So
Mhm.
So then we'd be back in time for the next festival, and we'd be heroes. Bring
For
back
just
wine.
1 day.
All right. Well, let's
Huzzah.
plan on doing that. Let's plan on going to the orphanage, checking out the sick kid, finding the brat that stole the bones, all this stuff, and then going and grabbing some horses and booking on over to what's that place called? Starts with a K. Keft. Where's the winery at?
Oh,
Oh,
south of
the
Kresk.
Raven. Yeah.
Kresk. Okay, Kresk. Yeah. Yeah. So let's just try to cram this all in the next episode. So we're just gonna have to get right to the point.
I mean, it might take 3 episodes to get through the.
Oh, it's going to take.
Yeah.
Everything coming up is going to take more than one episode. So yeah,
Yeah.
It's,
No, I didn't mean the one episode.
Yeah,
I meant
but
just-
game.
let's-
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying. I'm saying.
Gotcha.
It's gonna take as many episodes as it takes. I'm just saying, let's just not fuck
Yeah.
around and let's
Right.
get serious and.
Let's get-
So, Erwin, how do we get a hold of you once we get out on the road? Is there any way we can reach you or contact you or?
Send a raven.
Yeah. We'll send.
I figured
we'll
there's
send
going
the
to be
raven.
plenty on the. Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Yeah, there'll be ravens around, and hopefully they can get to them.
Cool.
And you could talk to them. So.
Yep.
And now you know that they're theirs. So. Also, Oglethorpe will go up to Erwin and say, "That was quite the trick you did, Mr. Raven. And how you turned into Erwin and a raven and then back. So could you teach that to our friend Y'all here? So he could travel unmolested? Or will he have to just use the cloaks?"
I mean, he doesn't know. You've told him that you weren't afflicted with lycanthropy, so he doesn't
He's
know
not
how.
sure what's going on. Gotcha.
Okay. It was worth a shot.
Him with ravencanthropy.
Yo,
Turns into a raven. That is sick.
That'd be lit. That'd be lit. Fire.
I can turn any of you into a weir raven if you'd like.
You serious, Clark?
Yeah, you want to be a weir raven? He can turn you into it. It's going to take up. It's a process.
I'll be a
Do I get to keep all my powers?
wolf raven. Fuck yeah.
And you just add flight.
And I'm a flying
But
werewolf.
you don't know.
Hell yeah.
Now, I will remind y'all that one of your fears is therapy.
Yep.
That's why you turned into a werewolf.
Yep.
Aha!
I might have to think about this were-raven thing.
Yeah, man, let's all do it. Just fucking fly there and back.
I mean, wouldn't that make it travel a lot easier?
Wouldn't that be freaking dope, man?
we'd help.
Uh,
We'd be a murder party.
The thunderstorms that are going to hit. The thunderstorms that are going to hit Barovia. That will impede flight. It's phenomenal.
That's like in
They've
Barnes
not
Camp
seen-
when we all had brooms of flying.
Sick.
That's something
There hasn't
to
been
think
this much
about.
rain in Barovia in 1,000 years.
Everyone knows the ravens can't fly in the rain.
Everyone. It is known.
This is the way.
This is the way. All right, I think.
All right,
we
let's-
have a game plan.
Reverend wanted to commend Salim, pat him on the back for how he handled the wolf hunters. Keeping his accidentally
Not being a
insulting anyone.
jackass.
I'm
Yeah.
not always a dick.
But when I am, I drink
Red Dragon.
All right. So
All right, guys.
orphanage
So you're
health.
planning on taking on the or going to the what
Yep.
you call it
And
next week.
so we talk for
all
a
right.
half an hour. The first thing on the game, we decide something else. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay, perfect. Good. Well, guys, that's like 3 episodes in a row without any kind of combat or in very few rolls. So
Yeah, glad
Flesh and blood.
We'll level up again just from role play. How about
maybe
Yeah.
Maybe not.
possible. Anything's possible, I guess, but probably not.
Hey, we got a new whole motivation for you. We've got, kids taken care of. We got friends.
We're chipping away.
fucking-
We're chipping
Yep.
away.
If not
There's all
more.
kinds of shit going on.
I'm feeling inspired.
I think everybody did a great job.
But yes, everybody did a fantastic job. Well done, everyone. And we will is Sunday good for everybody?
Should we good this week? Yep.
Should be.
Sunday
Okay.
the what? What is the date?
Gonna-
Oh yeah, Jen might not be able.
I
What,
might
Jen?
be in LA. I'm still gonna try to play though if I go. But if there's an
Okay.
issue, I'll let you know.
What's
you gonna be
happening in
LA
LA?
Oh, my sister lives out there.
Well, if
I'll
you
be there
needed
in
up
2
a
weeks.
dispensary, let me know. I'll send you to you can go to my daughter's. Maybe she can hook you up.
I'll be there in 2 weeks.
Let me know.
Yeah, Cade,
I've
when are
been
you
to
when are you
LA.
guys going?
30 years.
I'm going on the 23rd, so in 2 weeks. Not this Wednesday, but the next.
What day is the 23rd? So you'll be out there. So that's a Wednesday. Then
Wednesday
you're
through
coming back.
Sunday. Fly back Sunday night.
What are you going out there for?
Okay, so we'll plan on just going to
See
see
Sydney on her birthday.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So we'll plan on. Well, okay. So that weekend is Memorial Day night, the 29th. Will that work?
I
Yeah,
cannot
fine.
do Memorial Day.
Okay.
I'll be out of town, so
So let's plan on the 22nd,
I can do the Monday though. That Monday.
Monday the 29th. That's Memorial Day.
I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. I'll be back on Monday night. Yeah, I'll be on Memorial Day. Yeah, I will be home for that one. Yeah.
Let's plan on. Jen, will that give you time to get back on? Or when you come? When is your LA trip?
I'm coming back when that Wednesday, the following Wednesday.
Okay, so is Monday, Sunday, or Monday next week?
I'll try to get on whichever day you guys decide to.
Okay.
To do it.
Well, let's try to do the 21st. So next Sunday, and then the 29th, which is Memorial Day night.
Cool.
And we'll push it back to 8 that night. So give everybody a little extra time to finish the Memorial Day stuff. So the 21st
Sounds
and the
good.
29th. All right. Great job, everybody. Well done.
All right, good job, Jared. Man of many voices.
Thank you
Yep.
much.
Yes,
Erwin,
yes, yes.
you
Appreciate
son
it.
of a bitch.
What was that?
The Predator handshake where he says,
Oh.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Erwin,
Erwin,
you son of a
son of
bitch.
a bitch.
You've been pushing too many papers.
They're becoming aware, Raven.
And we'll see you next week.
I will
There
have
you
to
go.
look it up. All right. Well, we'll see.
Can't take,
Thanks, everybody.
I can't take the moon as a curse. I can't misuse her. Can't
Yep.
misuse it as a
Hey,
I
everybody,
can't
great
be.
week.
Thank you.
We'll
See you.